Hello guys, and welcome to another discussion video, and today I will be discussing kind of like a review of the 35th anniversary of Super Mario Bros. With Demeech and our overall thoughts on it, and our thoughts on each thing in the anniversary. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and start talking about the 35th anniversary of Super Mario Bros. So first up, we have the games and products that were featured in this anniversary. And the first one that came out was actually before the anniversary technically started, but it was still linked with the anniversary and everything. I think the anniversary was supposed to be starting earlier because of the pandemic kind of shifted it over to starting in September. But this was Lego Super Mario. Have you had any experiences with Lego Super Mario? Did you get it at all?
You know, I used to really be into Legos back when I was a kid. I love the Lego SpongeBob set specifically, and you remember the Lego space sets? I forget what they were called, but it had like a bunch of different aliens. You could build spaceships. I was really into that, but I looked at Lego Mario and I thought, yeah, this looks really cool. Because it's not just a traditional Lego set. Like, when you think of Lego Mario, you would think of the regular Mario minifigures with locations like Peach's Castle and, you know, stuff like that. But with the Lego Mario sets, they actually did a really cool spin and made it sort of an interactive experience. Unfortunately, I haven't experienced it, mainly because it's pretty expensive. That's with a lot of Lego sets, so. But from what I've seen, it looks very cool, and I feel like that was a really good way to celebrate the anniversary.
Yeah.
And my question is, I'm just surprised it didn't happen sooner. Like, why wasn't there a Mario Lego set before? I know they did the Connects thing, but come on. Nintendo Legos, it goes together like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, I got the Lego Mario set. I think I got the... Well, I obviously got the regular one, then the Mario's House. And it's really fun. I really like it. And, like, I feel like that interactive thing is good with some Lego sets. I know some of them do it, like there's the Technic and stuff like that with Legos, but I feel like for this, it kind of feels like a game a little bit, and I really like how they translated that over with Mario. It's kind of the perfect combination, like making a Lego game with Mario, or not like a Lego game, but like a literal game you're playing with Legos with Mario. I think it kind of works out perfectly in that way. And it's really fun, and it works really well and everything. And I think it's cool how Mario and all of the enemies and all of the different locations translate into Legos.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool too. And they pulled it off very well. I wish there was a Lego Luigi too. And it was very cool. Unfortunately, like I said, I didn't get it, but I think that was definitely a good part of the anniversary celebration.
Yeah, so moving on, right after the Lego Mario stuff released, a month later they had the Direct, or that little Direct that showed all the stuff that they were going to be releasing during the 35th anniversary. And the thing that came right after it was the SNES Online release of Super Mario All-Stars. Like, I was actually kind of relieved that they put it onto that service, because I thought they were going to do the Wii thing all over again and just, like, repackage it on the Switch, because, you know, Nintendo would probably do that.
Yeah, definitely.
But, yeah, I think it's good to have on the Nintendo Switch. They're better than the originals, in my opinion, and I think that's always good to have that on the service. So, next up, we have Super Mario 3D All-Stars. I feel a bit mixed about this game. Like, on one hand, they're basically the best versions of all of these games, but it's being sold for $60, which is too expensive, in my opinion. My opinion kind of changed with that. Like, they're running off of emulators, I think, and then Super Mario Galaxy is ported. Like, I'm kind of in the middle on this one. Like, on one hand, it's too expensive and it's limited time, but on the other hand, like, they're the best versions of these games, and they're portable, and their controls are kind of optimized for this game. And I'm kind of mixed with this one, but I generally lean on the positive side, even though it has its problems.
See, I'm in the same boat as you. I mean, there was a certain game that really changed my opinion about it, but when 3D All-Stars was announced, I thought, okay, this is very lame, because I wanted it to be like a Crash Insane trilogy or Spyro Reignited trilogy type thing, where it would be a complete remake of all the games, have modern graphics, better controls, quality of life improvements, but it's just a collection of ports. And you can do a collection of ports well, but they didn't even include Galaxy 2 or 3D Land.
Yeah.
If they included those and it was a collection of ports, that's fine. But the whole presentation was just so half-hearted, not there at all. It looks like something that I could do in PowerPoint in 5 minutes. Like, it looks like they thought, oh crap, we have a game to make, it's due in 5 minutes, let's put something together.
Back when they had...
really,
Yeah, back when they had that anti-piracy screen meme, I easily made, and like, that was probably the easiest game to make for it, because I basically just slapped a screen on there and used that font. That's basically how easy they slapped together those menus.
yeah, pretty much. But the thing is, the games all run really well. They are emulated, but they look and play great. They did oddly add GameCube controls for Sunshine afterwards, but I'm glad they're still there. And you're getting a collection of 3 of the best games and Super Mario 64. So that's great. But on the other hand, it really feels rushed. It feels half-assed, if you will.
I feel like...
Mario
I feel like they were going to release another mainline Mario game, but then they had to push it, like, maybe a year or two. I think they were going to aim for an Odyssey 2 or some kind of mainline Mario game to release during this anniversary, but the pandemic kind of pushed it off, maybe even to next year, or whenever it's going to release, and they just had to slap together a collection of older Mario games that kind of have something to sell this anniversary on. Though, I don't think this is even the main game of the anniversary. Well, I'll go more in depth with this later. I feel like this anniversary was based on a bunch of games rather than just one game. So...
yeah. That's what I don't like about the collection, because it's just like, they really could have done more. Have you heard of the Sonic collections before? And I know it's so bizarre mentioning Sonic, considering my relationship with the series, but you had stuff like Mega Collection, which was a great collection, even stuff that was very basic, like Sonic Classic Collection on the DS, had the first 4 games. And that even had artwork and, you know, bonus features. It would have been really cool to get some insight to the development of these games, but, you know, on one hand, it's a collection of 3 of the best games, and I feel that $60 is a bit overpriced, but not a complete ripoff. But at the same time, I really wish they could have done more. And on another note, the reason I say I'm more conflicted on it now is because Nintendo is re-releasing Skyward Sword in HD, which is essentially an emulated port like Galaxy, for $60, with a few quality of life improvements, but, you know, it looks largely the same. So I'm wondering, will they just sell Wii games for $60 and call them HD? Because that's my biggest concern.
Yeah, I think... Basically, I think with the Skyward Sword thing, I don't want to go too much into that. I think for that, they were basically... I think it's basically a lazy approach at the next game in the HD series, basically. So I really hope they don't do that with Wii games.
Yeah, me neither. Because it's just like... They had the Virtual Console on the Wii where the games were $20. And they weren't upscaled, but it's an emulator. It's easy to upscale it. But, you know, 3D All-Stars, I feel like it was a half-hearted attempt at a collection, but on the other hand, it's a collection of 3 of the best games.
Yeah.
I don't regret buying it. It's nice having them on the Switch, but they really could have done a lot more.
Yeah, the one thing with this, I'd rather play the 3D All-Stars versions of these games than the originals. So... like, especially if I'm, like, recording them and stuff like that, I feel like that's kind of convenient with those. But yeah, it's a pretty lazy collection, and I'm kind of in between with that one. So moving on, we're gonna talk about Super Mario Bros. 35, and this is kind of an unfortunate one, because the game is so fun. I really like it, but unfortunately, as of March 31st, it's just gonna be shut down. Like it didn't even happen.
Yeah, the thing with that game is that because of its expiration date, if you want to call it that, on March 31st, I didn't get the game and I didn't get into it. I thought, okay, this is cool, but why would I want to get good at the game and play it if it's going to be removed within, like, what, 6 months? Actually, even less than that. So, what I've played of Super Mario 35, it's really cool. It's actually a full-on remake of the first Super Mario Brothers. It's running in a completely different engine, and it's fun.
Yeah.
It is very cool. It's a fun game. It's a really cool take of Super Mario Brothers. And despite playing Super Mario Brothers probably thousands of times, it did make it fresh and feel interesting. I do think Tetris 99 is better.
Yeah.
But it still was a really cool game.
I feel like it had a lot of potential. Because, like, it was just kind of, well, I mean, obviously, it just came out and everything, and it didn't really, since it's a limited time game, didn't really have too much to it, but I feel like it has a lot of potential. I'm really hoping that they bring it back in some form in the future. I have a feeling that they might in, like, maybe either next year or sometime later or even before that. This was just to see how popular it is. I'm really hoping this is the case, so then they could release like a full-blown version of Super Mario Bros. 35, or it may be called something different. It might be Super Mario Bros. 99, because it would be like fully fleshed out and everything. I'm thinking they could have like different Mario games, like Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario World, maybe even the new Super Mario Bros. Games, or even Super Mario Land. I think that would be really cool to have all, like, maybe this would be like a $30 game, and you could maybe play through each game separately, like how you could on there for like practice and stuff like that. And then you could maybe do different modes, they could switch things up with different things, and they could do the special battles again, and I think that would be really fun.
Yeah, I think that would be really fun too. And your idea for Mario 99, it seems like it makes sense. Like, did you remember the episode of SpongeBob where they were so sad that Glove World was closing down, only for Glove Universe to open? I hope it's like that, but at the same time, I don't understand why they would make a game only available until March 31st.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
It seems kind of suspicious to me that they wouldn't do anything else. Because it kind of seems like they'd expand it farther, knowing how Nintendo really likes to push like new concepts and stuff like that. Like even though the March 31st thing is kind of seeming like a Nintendo thing at this point, it really doesn't seem like Nintendo of them to shut down a new idea, because they're all about new ideas and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I find weird about it.
And next up is another new idea, kind of relating to that last one, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. I think it's really fun. I would have preferred, obviously, a new Mario Kart game, but this is completely different since it's developed by Philon Studios, and I don't really think it has anything to do with the development of the next Mario Kart game. So for what it is, I think it's really fun, and if you have enough space to do it and everything like that, I know we've both made multiple videos about the game, and just overall, I think it's a fun experience. It has a few problems with it, like with connectivity and stuff like that, but overall, I think it's like a nice little experience. A little overpriced, but I mean, I feel like it has its pros and cons, like everything we've mentioned so far.
Yeah, with Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, like you said, we made videos on it. I did one that was especially detailed. It was a full-on retrospective review called Mario Kart Origins Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. So guys, check that out.
And I also did a review on the game too.
Yeah, I remember you did it before I did, because I was debating whether or not to do like a review of it when it was new, but I just decided to make it an Origins episode. So to sum it up, it's a fun game, it's a cool experience, but I don't see many people getting that many hours out of it, simply because of how it takes time to set everything up and just get everything in order. It's fun, but it just doesn't have that much content and that much to do for it to be that, like, engaging of a game, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sometimes I just like to pull the RC car itself out every once in a while and just drive it around and mess around and stuff like that. I think doing that is kind of fun too, because you have the cart and everything included.
Oh yeah, it's totally fun. But it's just, with that game specifically, it's just like there's not too much content. Needless to say, I had fun with it. It's a cool game. I do think that it was definitely a pretty cool celebration of Super Mario Brothers. And there's even a World 1-1 track, which I'm surprised isn't in a mainline Mario Kart. Like, you would expect Nintendo to make a track like that, considering how much they talk about the first Super Mario Brothers.
Let's hope they make a track like that in Mario Kart 9 or whatever the next Mario Kart will be.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
So moving on, we have another product thing this time. I guess this is more kind of like a product itself, but it does have a game on it. It's Game & Watch Super Mario Bros. This is actually one of my favorite things that they released for the 35th anniversary, because I really like those collectible things. I'll get more into other collectibles later, but since I'm growing my Nintendo collection and everything, I feel like this is the perfect item to have, and even though it's going away on March 31st, I think, like, just in my opinion, it's really the only thing that's justified to go away on March 31st, because it's kind of like a limited time item.
As much as I don't like it going away, I do see your point of view where it's, yeah, it's not cool, but it's justified in a way. But I'm a connoisseur of Game & Watch. I love the Game & Watch Gallery games. I love the Game & Watch. And playing the Super Mario Bros. Game & Watch, it really feels like a celebration of the anniversary. You have artwork of the characters in their Super Mario Bros. Colors. We've never seen anything like that before. There's a ton of cool Easter eggs. I don't want to spoil them because that's part of the experience. And everything plays great. You got Super Mario Bros. 1, you got Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, and you have a Mario version of Ball. But despite how great it is, it did have a few shortcomings for me. For one, there's an awesome version of Super Mario Bros. On the Game & Watch, which is an LCD game that kind of made it into a 2D platformer. It's super cool, and I was disappointed that they didn't include that as part of the collection. I mean, they've had the Nintendo Mini Classics before. They still made them up until 2014, and that included the Game & Watch Super Mario Brothers. So obviously, oh, and another thing, in the trailer they showed that game, and I'm thinking, why not include it too? It's a Game & Watch, why not have Super Mario Brothers? Also, I do think it would be cooler if it was a replica of the actual Super Mario Brothers Game & Watch.
Yeah.
You know what it looks like?
Oh yeah, it's blue. Isn't it blue? And the isn't it a similar shape to it?
Yeah, it's blue. It has a directional button. I do think they could have included the D-pad, because that's fine, because it's better than the directional buttons. And it has a little picture of Mario. It's a very nice system. I actually have the original one. It did cost a pretty penny, though. But I'm happy I have it.
Yeah, but overall,
speaking about
yeah,
the Super Mario Bros. Game & Watch, I really liked it. I think it was a perfect way to celebrate the anniversary, and it feels more like a celebration than Super Mario 3D All-Stars or anything released prior.
Yeah, I like the Super Mario Bros. Game & Watch way better than 3D All-Stars, in my opinion. And I feel like they actually put effort into it, because it kind of feels like when you hold it, and when you look at it, and even the packaging, because it has like the sleeve with all the stuff on it, and then when you take it out, it looks like an original Game & Watch box. I feel like most of the stuff about this product feel like they actually put effort into it, which I really like from Nintendo, when they actually put effort into things.
Yeah, totally. And it does have a lot of effort put into it, which I really like about it.
So, moving on, we're going to talk about the final thing here, which is kind of... I think this is basically my favorite thing about the anniversary overall. It's pretty close to the Game & Watch, but game-wise, definitely my favorite. It's Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. This is a Wii U port done right. And since it had a full new game added to it, that's, like, can take between 3 to 6 hours to beat, and it's like a new take on 3D Mario, which kind of combines the style from Super Mario Odyssey and mixes it with the 3D World gameplay. It's all in one world. I think Bowser's Fury is amazing, and with all the improvements to 3D World, I feel like this is definitely the best Wii U port, and I know I've made a lot of videos about it already, but it's definitely my favorite thing in the 35th anniversary of Super Mario Bros. And I'm really glad that they put 3D World on the Switch and executed it well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that definitely was a huge improvement compared to most Wii U ports. I would say all of them, actually. Because Bowser's Fury is essentially like a new game in itself. Sure, it's short, but I didn't feel gypped. I felt like I got a full experience. And the quality of life improvements were great, too. I do wish there were some new characters, but I have to agree with you. It is a Wii U port done right. But I will say, when it comes to celebrating the actual anniversary, I would say the Super Mario Bros. Game & Watch.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because it's more of a celebration, but when it comes to, like, the quality of the product, yeah, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury is definitely a huge improvement compared to other Wii U ports.
They even added an online mode. I know, like, just for what they've done, they added amiibo support with new amiibos and online mode. Like, it doesn't even seem like Nintendo made this at this point. Like...
Yeah, exactly.
So, moving on, so we talked about games and products that were released during the Mario 35th anniversary, and now we're gonna move on to events and other things like that. So first up is the Mario Kart Tour. I forgot what tour it was called exactly. I'm pretty sure you know, but it's the one where they added Donkey Kong Jr. in the 16-bit Mario.
The Super Mario Kart Tour.
Yeah, but I think that's really cool that they added Donkey Kong Jr. back. Like...
Yeah, that is super cool.
I really hope they add him in the Mario Kart games in the future. Maybe, I think both the old design and maybe even a new 3D design would be pretty cool. But overall, I think that was really cool that they brought Donkey Kong Jr. back, and that was not expected. But I feel like Mario Kart Tour is kind of, like, more... is, like, a lot better with their characters and everything like that, since they added Funky Kong. And they added, like, so many other characters that you wouldn't expect. So, I think that's really cool that they did that.
Yeah, I thought that too. Mario Kart Tour does add a lot of characters that you would never expect. And I'm glad they added Donkey Kong Jr. back. And like you said, it would be cool to have his classic and original design. Well, that's hard to say, because Nintendo pretends the 3D model doesn't exist anymore. But the design from Mario Tennis on the Nintendo 64... bring that back, too. They could, because they called him Donkey Kong Jr. SNES instead of just Donkey Kong Jr., so they might do that.
Yeah, I think they might do that for, well, I know this is a ways out, but maybe, like, the 30th anniversary of Mario Kart or something like that.
They could, but they never acknowledged the anniversary of Mario Kart before, making me assume they won't do something like that.
Yeah, but I feel like the 30th anniversary is kind of big for, like, anything, and then Mario Kart is, like, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the best-selling game on the Nintendo Switch. So I kind of feel like they're gonna do something for it, and I do feel like the next Mario Kart game will hopefully come out before then, so...
Yeah, I really hope that too. Also, I was just seeing that Nintendo Life said Mario will continue to power up as it shuts down anniversary celebrations, so they confirmed he isn't gone forever. Well, we knew that, but knowing Nintendo, you know.
So, moving on to, like, I put this all in one category, even though they're technically different things, but they're events for games that were competitive and online and stuff like that. So in Super Mario Maker 2, they have the Ninja speedruns. In Smash Ultimate, they had the tournament, and in Splatoon 2, my favorite thing they did for the 35th anniversary with events and stuff like that was, well, not events in general, but just, like, the competitions and stuff like that, was the Star vs. Mushroom Splatfest. I thought that was really cool. They even had a promotional item for it on my Nintendo that I got, and it's basically, like, these keychains. But for, I think, like,
cool.
Yeah, and they're actually, like, pretty good quality. I really like how they're bringing back, like, physical products for my Nintendo, but we'll get into that a little later with the Mario website thing. But I feel like these, I really like how they did different events with these games. They didn't just completely ignore them. And I thought it was interesting that they had, like, commemorative coins for, like, the top people who won. Even though those are gonna be absurdly expensive on eBay, I still think it's interesting that they release those.
Yeah, I thought that was very interesting too, and of course they're going to be expensive on eBay. But the events are cool. I wish they could have done more, like maybe have a new Mario stage in Smash Ultimate, because I feel like the game is lacking in new stages, unless you count the DLC, but even then, yeah, it's still lacking. But, you know, it's definitely cool they did that stuff. But, you know, come to think of it, I'm not sure if you're ready to wrap this up yet, but when it came to the whole anniversary celebration itself, I thought it was mediocre, to say the least.
Like, I feel like, in my opinion, I would say it's good. I wouldn't necessarily say the best, because, like, I've seen better, but just for the content that we've gotten, like, we got a lot of games, and just a lot of things, and a couple other things. I'm just gonna breeze through these real quick. The Animal Crossing Mario update, the Cold Stone collab, we don't really have to go into that much, but I thought that was pretty cool.
Well, wait, what?
Yeah.
Of course we're supposed to talk about the Cold Stone collab. That was the biggest part of the anniversary.
Oh, yeah! I actually tried it, and it was pretty good. I thought it was cool how they did that.
I did not.
And
but yeah, that must seem cool that they did that. I like Cold Stone.
And they also had the Mario pins, which I thought were really cool, but they were really hard to get. But I ended up getting both of them, and they're in my collection. And the price is probably gonna skyrocket on eBay, and I'm not sure how much they'll be worth in the future. Well, I'm glad that I have them, and they're pretty good quality. I'm actually really surprised that I got them, because the website was glitching out when I was trying to get the second set of them. Were you?
Yeah, I didn't even attempt the second set.
Did you get the first set?
I tried so hard, and it set out of stock. So I just said, you know what? I'm not going to go through all this just to be disappointed again. So I decided not to. But good for you, man. You just got yourself something you could sell on eBay for 10,000 times the price.
And I also got the Mario posters. I'm pretty sure you got this too. Yeah, they had the Mario posters. They even had like a zipper case for Switch games. And they had a bunch of things. They even had some Paper Mario items.
You had to mention it, didn't you?
Yeah, well,
you know what, though?
It is connected with it.
We might as well mention it, because it wasn't exactly a 35th anniversary thing, but it did come out last year, so I would kind of consider it that. So, you have the game, I don't. My opinion is, why after all this time would they make another Paper Mario game that's just like Sticker Star? It's better, but at the end of the day, it's not what fans wanted.
Yeah.
But I'm curious to know how you thought of it, and how it did for the celebration of the anniversary.
So, basically, with this game, for Origami King, I thought it was good, but I really, really wanted a 1,000-Year Door experience again. But I feel like with this game, with all the restrictions, I feel like it was really stupid that Tanabe put all of those restrictions on the game. They were really unnecessary, and Miyamoto doesn't even really have anything to say about the restrictions anymore because of Super Mario Odyssey, and I'm not sure how the IP team is about all of that. Because, I think in other series, like, I'd say even, like, Mario Tennis, or even Mario Golf, I'm seeing things that are less generic, and that are more leaning towards Mario Odyssey in quality and stuff like that, in terms of characters and stuff like that. But it's really weird with Paper Mario.
Weird.
But I feel like
Paper Mario, it's stuck in this weird situation where it's like, okay, we can have cool new story elements, but generic characters.
Yeah.
We can have cool locations, but there has to be all these restrictions, and it just feels like, I think Arlo said it best, it feels like a project driven by ego more than anything else.
Yeah, I feel like with the development team itself working on the game, I feel like they did, well, like, excluding the battle system, because I feel like that was forced in by Tanabe and all those other executives, but I feel like with the development of the game itself, how it was executed, I thought it was executed really well. The music was really good, the graphics were really good, like, if they changed just a few things about this game, like the battle system, the EXP, the characters, just a few other things, just kind of switched it around, it would have been as good as the classic games. But it was just those stupid restrictions that just brought this game down. Like,
do you think that it was a good celebration of the anniversary?
I don't really even think it's... Like, I don't even really consider it a part of the anniversary, since it was kind of separated as a game that came out before. But I thought it was kind of maybe a decent part of the anniversary, since it's like a new game and everything. I thought like, I would say overall as a Paper Mario game, it's not it's kind of a like an okay Paper Mario game, but just a good game in general.
Yeah, that's what I noticed about the game, because I think one YouTuber said this, I'm not sure who it was, but they said these games are just to the level of being decent games now, and they're not actually amazing like the old Paper Mario games were, which is why it feels like a downgrade. But
Yeah.
I see your point of view. I just refuse to get the game because my personal stance, you fool me once with Sticker Star, shame on you. Fool me twice if I got Color Splash when it launched, I got it on sale, shame on me. And then with the third time, I don't even know what to say, because it's just like, at that point, I know I hated Sticker Star, I didn't like Color Splash, and this seems like an extension of that.
Yeah.
And regardless of what's the best out of that trilogy, it's still a part of that trilogy.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the elements I like in Paper Mario. The battle system is bad once again, and it's just like, why even make a game that fans wouldn't want after all the times that it was requested to have a game go back to how it was for the first two games? And I know I'm getting angry and everything, and I'm not even playing Sonic 2. It's just, why? That's my point.
I'll give credit to one thing in this game. At least they're going in the right direction. Like, they're not stepping back from Sticker Star or Color Splash and using the disposable items again. At least they got rid of those, and they're using, like, they have like a base boots and hammer that you can use. I feel like they kind of listened to feedback in some areas, but it just felt like a half step. But I feel like, I don't think it's gonna get worse. I think we're only going in a better direction. It may take a while to get back to the old formula, but I feel like we're getting there. I feel like at least maybe in the next couple generations, maybe even the next game, I'll be a little optimistic, and maybe with Odyssey and that influence didn't really impact Origami King that much, but maybe in a few years it will go full swing and it will actually get the Paper Mario game that we want. But I just feel like even though the game has a ton of restrictions pulling it down with the battle system and the characters and stuff like that, I feel like we're at least kind of going in a right direction.
See, the problem I have with that is, why not just go for the full plunge, because they're capable of doing that, and just go and make it like how it used to be and how the fans want. Like, we always hear this, it's a step in the right direction. Like Super Mario, for example. I do like your optimism, though, and I do think it can only go up from here, but at the same time, it's like, how many years has it been since 2012? Considering it was 2020, it was almost 8 years since Sticker Star.
Actually, I think it will be 9 years this year.
Yeah, it'll be 9 years this year. But with Color Splash, they didn't know the feedback at the time, so they kind of had an excuse, and also the Wii U was pretty much dead at that point, so they thought, okay, we might as well just have one more game. Okay, we'll just make Sticker Star on the Wii U and just make it a little bit different, yet, you know. But this time, there's no excuse. Why is it that Mario Odyssey went back to what worked with the open-world Mario games? And that's not saying Super Mario 3D World's a bad game. It's just fans really like the open-world style, and they went back to it, and it turned out beautifully. Why is it that Luigi's Mansion 3 combines the best aspects of Dark Moon and the original, and just takes the fan feedback into consideration by returning the portrait ghosts? They're not called that, but they're the interesting ghosts. But here, it's just like, why is it that Paper Mario is the only one that can't evolve? Even Super Mario Party and Mario Tennis Aces tried, even though they failed in a lot of aspects.
So I have a theory that I think I mentioned on a discussion before, but it was a long time ago, so I'm gonna bring it up again. So, I think, like, between Sticker Star and Color Splash, they didn't exactly get the feedback that it was like that, like, people completely hated Sticker Star. Most of the reason I was hearing about Sticker Star back when it released, or, well, a couple of years after it released when I first played the game and everything, and looked up basically reviews and forums and stuff like that in the game, it was mostly about the stickers and the battle system and stuff like that, and being really generic. So I feel like I don't think they really exactly got most of what people were saying to Color Splash, only the fact that it was basically Super Mario Bros, but in paper. And then in Color Splash, like, they still had the crappy battle system that was in Sticker Star, and they slightly improved it by having, like, better locations and a couple other more interesting Toads that wear an outfit. That's basically it. Then I feel like they heard more of the Sticker Star outrage going into Origami King, because I feel like now people have, like, a different reason why modern Paper Mario is bad than back when Sticker Star came out. I feel like mostly today, it's about the game, it's not having as much originality to it, and not having EXP or the original battle system, or just not being like the original games. Because back with Sticker Star and maybe early in Color Splash, people were mostly seeing how they were as a Paper Mario game. But now it's more like going back to the old formula of the Paper Mario games. So I'm really hoping that Tanabe and the rest of the team working on those games kind of get the feedback from everyone. I know it's probably really delayed with them, because it really seems like it, but I really hope with the next game they'll go back to it. I know that's a little too optimistic for Tanabe, but I'm just hoping.
Yeah, I totally get where you're coming from, because it's just like, I understand the optimism, so I do see that it could go back to the way it was, but I'm not holding my breath over it. But, you know, just considering it was part of the anniversary in 2020, I just wanted to bring it up even though Nintendo didn't include it. And I'm glad that I did, because I really got a good insight about it.
And basically, let's talk about the 35th anniversary overall. I know you did a little bit. You thought it was mediocre with everything, and yeah, I kind of understand that with, like, the lack of new games and stuff like that. But overall, in my opinion, because of the content overall, I feel like how it was executed, and especially for the time that it happened in, with the pandemic and everything, compared to all the other games they were releasing at the time, I would definitely wouldn't say this was the best. I would actually say that the Year of Luigi is the best anniversary that Nintendo did, because they had so many games for that, and so many, like, events and stuff and references in other games and products and stuff like that. That was definitely the best anniversary in my opinion, but I'd still say this one was good overall for me, especially because there was actually a decent amount of things released during it, like 3D World plus Bowser's Fury was really good in my opinion, and then also the Game & Watch Super Mario Bros. And all the events that they did and stuff like that. I just, overall, from my experience of it, I felt like it was good, but it wasn't the best.
Good point you brought up the Year of Luigi, because that's a gold standard when it comes to anniversary celebrations. Nintendo went full out there. So I kind of wanted the same for Mario, where they'd have more new games, more new experiences. They could still reference this stuff, of course, but I mean, think about the Year of Luigi. We got New Super Luigi U, we got Dr. Luigi, we got the bonus Easter eggs like Luigi Brothers.
Yeah.
But it just felt like it was just a bunch of ports. You got Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, which is a toy. The only thing I would say came close to a true celebration was the Super Mario Brothers Game & Watch, but other than that, it just felt a bit shallow, a bit mediocre. But, you know, the pandemic definitely could have delayed projects that they planned for it that could release sometime next year or this year. So we'll see how it goes. But I would say that they could have done more, but considering the circumstances, I'm not losing sleep over it.
Yeah, just overall, I would say, just in my opinion personally, I would say it was tied with the 30th anniversary, because I don't really remember too many things being released for the 30th anniversary other than Super Mario Maker and all the other products. But I feel like it's kind of a, like a quality over quantity thing. Like, this time, I kind of feel like they're equal, in my opinion. This anniversary was kind of for the quantity of all the things that we got, and for the 30th anniversary, it was more of the quality of the, like, new games and stuff like that that were released. That's just my opinion.
Totally.
Yeah. That's kind of how I feel that they're equal, in my opinion.
I think we can both agree, though, that it's better than the 25th anniversary.
Yeah, and the 20th anniversary. I don't think there was barely anything that released for that other than a couple things in Japan.
Actually, there was. The Game Boy Micro Famicom Edition, which is the sexiest console ever made. So I guess that definitely counts as something. So we could go with the 25th. Well, I think this wraps it up on my end, so any last thoughts before we end this off, or just fold it up?
Yeah, so... yeah, I guess Mario's gonna die then. So, yeah.
Alright, guys. We're gonna get ready for the funeral. I am going to get my suit and tie. Oh, wait, I already wear a suit and tie all the time. But as for you, Reese, time to get out of your pirate outfit, put on your suit, because we are heading to the Mario funeral. Now, when we're driving, do we have to stay together? Or are we racing like Mario Kart?
Maybe we do the normal funeral thing, but just in Mario Karts.
Good idea, good compromise. Well, anyways, that wraps it up on my end. I'm going to prepare for the funeral. I'm Demeech.
I'm Reese.
And oh my gosh, Mario's dead!